motion, we will show that while the Blasters seem to be the heartbeat of the nation's sports, continuous funding by the state is misplaced and undeserving. I am Julieta Sorry from Anglican Senior High School, Kumasi, rising as the principal speaker for the motion. I quote, the state financing Blasters for international tournaments is not worth it, unquote. Ladies and gentlemen, my supporting speaker and I will state our stance in favor of the motion with the following order. 1. What is state financing? 2. What is tournament? 3. Who are the Blasters? And 4. Reasons why continuous funding of the state by the Blasters is not worth it. State financing is a money provided by a government to support public services, projects, or specific political or social activities. Tournament is described by the college dictionary as a sports competition in which players who win a match continue to play further matches in the competition until just one person or team is left. An article on the Ghana web posted that the Ghana national men's team is nicknamed the Blasters. And in sum, the fundamental question this motion poses is why the state or government keep pushing hard-earned taxpayers' money into private venture with no or little financial benefit to the state itself. Our first standpoint in favor of the motion, ladies and gentlemen, is that the Ghana Football Association is a private entity limited by guarantee and hence makes it difficult to comprehend the state funding its activities because the state derives no benefit from it. A simple search from the Office of Registrar of Companies will inform my opponent that the GFA is a private company limited by guarantee. A company limited by guarantee, according to the Section 7 of the Companies Act, is a company which has the liability of its members limited to an amount they undertake responsibly to contribute to the company's assets in the event of winding up. The GFA can only make profit in furtherance of its object with no approach to the state. During the 2018 crisis of the GFA, it became evidently clear that the government of Ghana is not a member or director of the GFA. Neither is the GFA a statutory body, state-owned enterprise, government ministry, agent, or department, as reported by citynewsroom.com on 16 July 2018. The article continues that the GFS acts as synonymous with the state, nor does its very existence and functions give it an image intertwined with that of the state. Even during the crisis period, the government could not take over because it has no business with the FA by law and in practice. This cements our firm belief that the government has no business funding the babies governed by the GFA. So our second point, ladies and gentlemen, FIFA, the highest football governing body, even prohibits the state or government from all forms of interference or interventions in various national teams since they found on government interventions in football administration. Ghana, therefore, can't be singled out. This is even live Article 14 of FIFA rules on zero tolerance from third parties in football. Independence of member associations are to be guaranteed. This is evident in 10th February 2011 publication by The Guardian titled FIFA Warns Against Government Interference in Football. The English FA said there is no jurisdiction for direct government interference or intervention in the governance of the game and warned that FIFA could impose sanctions. This position was reiterated by the Business News Nigeria 2021 when it reported that FIFA has once more emphasized its zero tolerance for third parties in football. Subsequently, in 2025, 10 national teams were banned by FIFA over political interference, stating that if member associations must operate independently free from government meddling. My opponent, Nayeshi Kopa, Yedinema, so wait if you prescribe the water leak, how do you consume its products? Mind you, he who pays the piper calls the tea. The Blasters, if well managed, can cater for their own self financially, since FIFA and other sponsors like Puma invest in the national teams. They also make profits from other various tournaments they participate in. With this reason, this house should side with me that indeed the financing the Black Stars for international tournament is never worth it. Thank you. Rise to oppose the motion that, quote and unquote, states financing Black Stars for international tournaments. That's not worth it. The check states financing for international tournaments. It's not merely worth it. It is essential. My opponent, they have chosen to measure the Black Star only by their recent disappointment, conveniently forgetting the glorious champions. That's what Ghana's identity on the world stage. Now, I advance 3 more arguments to establish our case. My first point, the chair, the house, on the historical achievements, the foundation of our pride. My friends across the aisle would have you believe that the Black Star are a failed enterprise, but history tells a different story. A story of triumph that placed Ghana on the map of world football. Let us remember 2006. Ghana made the World Cup appearance in Germany, was nothing short of historic. The Black Star advanced the round of 16, the only African team to do so. Outperforming every other nation from the continent, Asia and North America. The nation declared a half-day holiday so citizens could watch the team defeat the United States 2-1. Parliament rose in celebration with the Minister for Parliamentary Affairs declaring the name of Ghana will never be forgotten, especially for having scored the fastest goal recorded in a time of 68 seconds in the FIFA World Cup 2006. That is not wasted. That is a nation building. Let us remember 2010. South Africa hosted the first World Cup on the African soil. The Black Stars carried the hope of the entire continent. They defeated Serbia, the first African victory of that tournament. They reached the quarterfinals. Only a Luis Suarez handball away from becoming the first African team to reach the World Cup semi-final. The team was a source of continental pride, a symbol of African potential. The symbol of African potential. That is not failure. That is legacy. The GFA president at that time, President captured it perfectly. The performance of the Black Star has placed Ghana on a very high pedestal in the world's football and international diplomacy. The team promoted national unity through its exports at the World Cup. The team demonstrated that football could best serve as an instrument of political and economic diplomacy. My second point is chair the house on the 2026 World Cup. Progress, not failure. The opposition has overemphasized that the 2026 World Cup is made in but consider Ghana qualified for the tournament. And since many nations cannot achieve, we advance beyond the group stage, finishing 24 out of 48 nations. The government demonstrated physical responsibility by cutting the budget from $2 million to $1.3 million, achieving a saving of $732,750 as finance minister. Dr. Atofo stated the government sees the World Cup as a past achievement and a catalyst for future brand exposure. The chief of staff emphasized that the appearance will promote Ghana as an investment of destination and boost tourism. It also created employment as stated in John Jubado's World Cup 2026 intervention. And third one, last day, the chair on the side of the line, the solution is investment, not abandonment. The opposition blamed the Black Stars for poor recent disappointment. But if we strike away from them, who performances improve? No, they will worsen. Abraham Kunte, Secretary General of the Ghana Federation of Labour, argues that Ghana currently lacks a cohesive national team that reflects the value, identity, and football culture that must define the Black Stars. The solution: invest in development structures, not abandon it entirely. He insists that authorities should return to the academic model to build a sustainable talent pipeline, a solution that requires the state to commitment, not withdrawal. The Black Stars decline under recent administration is a matter of systematic failure, not a lack of talent. George Afriya reminds us that the government is responsible for providing financial support to the Black Stars. This is a duty, not a discretionary expense. Withdrawing support only accelerate the decline. My friends across the aisle want to quantify everything. They want to measure national pride, and especially they want to put a price tag on the moment a child sees the video. Let the truth and truly believes that they sworn by mistrust, leading to blows in camp and shamefully spending $3 million just to make Ghana a public ridicule. Panel of judges, should we continue fetching water in the leaking barrel? Should we continue to sponsor the blasters for we love peace in our country? Definitely no. Hence it's a no to state finances of the blasters. I've said my point that national pride alone is not a sufficient reason for the state to consider finding the blasters. The argument that the blasters represent the nation is only symbolic. From stars who have not been to Ghana before to those who cannot even sing the national anthem, it's what please the current thing. The emotional value attached to football is real, yes, we understand. But that should not justify the overspending of the public to the blasters. Now, the House allow me to rebut some Kalito suggestions made by my opponents. My opponent said that the blasters promote national unity. Really? Okay, don't deceive yourself. National unity is important, but unity alone cannot justify unlimited public expenditure. Government can promote national unity through education, culture, national service, and other less expensive programs. The chair, my opponent again said that the blasters promote Ghana's international image. Oh, my opponent please disagree. Thank you. My opponent said that the blasters promote Ghana's international image. A country's international reputation should not depend primarily on football. Ghana's image can also be promoted through education, tourism, diplomacy, culture, trade, and economic achievements. They again said that government funding implies young people. We disagree. If the objective is to inspire young footballers, grassroots development is a better investment. Instead of spending heavily on an already established professional team, government can finance youth footballs, community pitches, academics, coaching, and youth competition. If we truly want to inspire the next generation, let us invest in the next generation, not only in the stars who have already reached the top. My opponent again said that the blasters bring national pride and unity. Pride and unity are emotional feeling, not legal or financial obligations for the state. We do not need taxpayers more to feel proud about it. Thank you.
Before I start to read out my notes, permit me to address this. My opponent, you talk about taxpayers' money. Oh yes, it's taxpayers' money, and taxpayers deserve to see their nation represented with dignity on the global stage. National pride is a public good. It cannot be outsourced. It cannot be privatized. It must be supported by the state. As Finance Minister, Atufo stated that the government sees the wonder as quote unquote both a payoff for past investment and catalyst for future brand exposure. This is a strategic thinking, not reckless spending. So see that. Dear Vice Chair, panel of judges, and great timekeeper, co-debating, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, good day. I am Buff Anita, a diligent student of St. Sebastian Anglican SHS. I am a passionately bright and a supportive speaker, speaking against this motion, quote unquote, state financing blasters for international tournament is not what the chair have. As the saying goes, a great nation is built on wise teaching, not popular applause, and investing in the blasters is a very wise decision, not just a popular applause. This is why I and my principal speaker firmly stand against this motion on state financing. The chair now on the fiscal responsibility, the government is listening. The opposition claims that the government is writing blank checks, but in 2006, the chair in September 2025, the sports minister revealed that the government reduced Black Stars allocation from $2 million to $1.3 billion, a 35% reduction. Player bonuses were cut. The budget was stripped. The government is exercising prudent financial management while still fulfilling its duty to support the national team. The president has called for a transparency, and the government is delivering. The Ghana Sports Fund, established under the Ghana Sports Fund 2025, provides quote unquote a transparency
Good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I am Julieta Sorry from Anglican Senior High School, Kumasi. Rising again as the principal speaker for the motion, I quote, the state financing Black Stars for international tournament is not worth it, unquote. But this time, to give a summary of what my supporting speaker and me has represented already. We are there the following. 1. Ghana Football Association is a private entity, limited under guarantee, and hence makes it difficult to comprehend the state funding its activities because the state derives no benefit from it. Our second point was FIFA prohibit the state or government from all forms of interference or interventions in the various national teams since they run on government intervention in football administration. Our third point was state funding for Black Stars divert critical resource for agent development priority. Our fourth point, funds from international bodies in respect of football are paid to the GFA, not the states. Such coupled with continuous state funding can fuel waste and corruption. And our last point was the argument of national pride alone is not a sufficient reason for continuous state funding of the Black Stars. Now, ladies and gentlemen, panel of judges, permit me to correct some erroneous assertions made by my opponent. My opponent, you said taxes are used for development, not to pay the Black Stars who are managed by private entities. Mind you, if Ghana should use our taxes to pay these who represent Ghana just in the international, then there will be nothing left to develop the country. The GFA is a private entity, as I said. And also, do you know the 10th February 2011 publication when FIFA warned the government against interference in the football? 10 major teams were banned by the FIFA just because they had interfered in the football administration. Thank you.
The chair, distinguished adjudicators, ladies and gentlemen, let me crystallize our position into 3 secure pillars. Pillar 1, historical achievement, not historical failure. The Black Stars are 4-time African champions. They reached the AFCON final in 2010 and 2015. They were the only African team to reach the World Cup or round of 16 in 2006 and the first to reach the finals, quarterfinals in 2010. That is a record of excellence, not failure. The opposition defines the team by 2025 alone. We define it by a legacy of pride. Pillar 2, the chair, the house, the 2026 World Cup. Progress, not waste. Ghana advanced beyond the group stage in 2026 World Cup, demonstrating Ghana's competitiveness on the global stage. The government cut the budget from $732,750. The World Cup appearance promotes Ghana as an investment destination and boosts tourism. This is a strategic investment, not reckless spending. Pillar 3, the chair, the house, panel pride. Pride is essential. You cannot quantify the moment the nation unites behind its team. You cannot modify the price of 2006 or 2010. The performance of the Black Stars has placed Ghana on the way of very high pedestal in the world football and international diplomacy. Declared the GFA president. That's soft power, that's global recognition, and the world and its world model and its pressure can capture. Before I resume the chair, allow me to snatch the fashion first and false arguments made by my opponents on the ground. The opposition claims that the Black Stars are failing, but history shows that excellence interrupted by a temporary setback. They claim investment is wasted. But investment in development systems, as Abraham Kumasi argues, is the solution, not withdrawal. They also claim the private sector can do it alone. But private investment follows government commitments. It does not replace it. They also argue that opportunity cost is devastating. Governments are expected to fund multiple sectors. At the same time, supporting Black Stars does not mean state financing is worthwhile. The problem is management, not funding. The motion before this house asks, are the Black Stars worth it? We answer with the pride of 2006. We answer with the hope of 2010. And we answer with the promise of 2026. Mr. Chairman, I challenge my world opponent to stop selling fear and start defending the facts. My opponent, it seems you are overlooked with your appearance. We are having a debate competition, not a beauty pageant. Stop being dramatic and let us be realistic. Reject this motion. Affirm the Black Stars. Affirm Ghana. Gracias. Thank you.
Thank you.